am I? What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kai... Who are you?
They will come at you out of nowhere, as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel.
Sora, go with them, especially if you want to find your friends.
Name's Goofy.
I'm Sora. I'll go with you guys.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade.
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
But the boy is a problem. He found one of the keyholes.
A Keyblade? Keyblade. What was that about? Oh. Sorry about that. Thanks. Do you guys think we'll always be together like this?
I sure hope so.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Well, you know, just thinking out loud.
Well, I doubt we could be together forever. But isn't that what growing up's all about? What's important isn't how often we see each other, but how often we think about each other. Right?
Get that off a fortune cookie?
That's it. No more ice cream for you. Man, today's turning out to be a drag.
Maybe because of yesterday's memory thief.
Nuh-uh. You know what it is? We don't want summer vacation to be over. That's all. So, how about this? We all go to the beach. Why do we go to the beach? Because we haven't gone once this entire vacation. Blue seas, blue skies. Let's just get on the train and go. No? Oh, come on.
Maybe you forgot, but we're broke.
Maybe you forgot I'm smart.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough. Good lord, there are so many cutscenes at the start of these parts, and just in the tutorial in general. Oh good lord. I'm going to be so quiet throughout these, because they just keep coming. You see, I've learned my lesson from when I did Kingdom Hearts 1. I was incredibly stupidly talkative, and people got miffed off at me for talking during the cutscenes, so now I am kind of only gonna talk over some of them if it's absolutely necessary, but leave the proper dramatic ones to kind of exist in their own thing, because I feel bad because of how absolutely mind-bogglingly talkative I was back then. It's because there's so much to talk about with Kingdom Hearts, so like, unlike Prince of Persia, which I've just finished, and by just finished I mean it just finished being uploaded not very long ago. I finished recording it ages ago. But kind of... There wasn't a lot to talk about, so I kind of had to try and come up with stuff. Whereas Kingdom Hearts, there's just so much going on, and we're constantly going to new things that
You and I have to make the final.
there's a lot to talk
That way,
about.
No matter who wins, the 4 of us split the prize.
Okay, you're on. You two are gonna clean up.
Go get him.
It's a promise.
What sort of weird arm gesture is that? Surely, kind of, when you make a promise, you do like a handshake. That's like normal. But, oh well. Now, what we're about to get here is kind of probably the largest, one of the largest single chunks of pure gameplay that we're going to get in the tutorial. Unfortunately, it can get incredibly tedious, and as such, I'm gonna kind of chop out my most kind of the worst bit of tedium that I can, because we have to do a lot of mini-games to try and cough up enough dough to get 800 money before the train leaves. Now, if you get more money, if you probably want to try and get over 2,000, I think it is, you get more, I think it's AP. The game doesn't tell you that this is going to happen, but it is there if you want it. Now, I'm just making sure that everything's alright. What I do quite like is that you can change the command menu back to what it was in the original Kingdom Hearts. I've never done it, never will do it, but I like that that option is there. Also, the journal is going to serve absolutely no purpose other than telling you what to do, and really, the game tells you that itself. Now, in 2 locations here, and I can't remember the name of the place, I think it's either Station Heights or Tram Common or something, there are boards with which you can do mini-games, which are odd jobs to earn money. This is basically a delivery mini-game where you've got to press triangle to deliver. It's a bit of a pain. I mean, it's a very easy mini-game, and basically with everything, you get points based on, well, you get more money depending on how quickly you do it. Now, because it's been so long since I played this game, I didn't quite see the bird that was right at the bottom. And in general, you tend to forget a lot of this stuff, because it's really just quite inconsequential. What's frustrating is that there's only really one minigame that earns you a decent amount of money once you've got everything sorted. And that's going to come a little bit later on. But yeah. The trick to this one is kind of just making sure that you hit everything as you are going down. Make sure you jump onto the rail and jump off at the right time to get the height to get to the bird, and then you can basically finish this thing very quickly. I can't quite remember the exact kind of time breakdowns to how you get the most money, but suffice to say, do it quicker, you get more money. So, that was the first one. Now I've got Cargo Climb, which basically requires you to hit cargo up a hill. Now this one's pretty easy, really. I mean, all of them are easy. It's just that there is one in particular that you'll get a lot more money for completing it in a reasonable amount of time. This one you really just kind of need to make sure that you are on it, and make sure you do hit it when you whack it up into the air, because you get so much distance on it that it makes things great. And I believe that one you need to get... Oh gosh, I think it's under 20 seconds to get the most amount of money. But, yeah. And then there's Grandstander, which is basically hit a ball in the air and keep it in the air. It's basically keepy-uppy. Except you've got to hit it with your struggle bat, because that's what we're using as a weapon right now. Because apparently you're allowed to carry these things about and whack things with them. Now, what's rather embarrassing is that I'm doing very, very, very badly at this. In reality, it's not that much of a difficult challenge. I mean, it's sort of difficult, but it's not that difficult. You've just got to make sure that you are kind of on it and you jump at the right time to keep it in the air. And always keep your eye on it, but... yeah, because I knew what I was going to do as my main thing to earn the money, I thought, can't be bothered. That's generally a running theme with me these days. Can't be bothered with anything. It's really bad. Now, I really, really like the skateboard. Its only purpose is to make you go quicker. That is it. And you are not allowed to keep it as you go kind of anywhere. If you move into a different area, you lose your board. But it's fun whilst it's there. Anyway, here we are in Tram Common, and this is where we are going to get our second set of jobs. Now, the one that is going to get you the most money in the quickest amount of time is poster duty. Essentially what you need to do is put up all the posters in the fastest amount of time possible. Now, there is a particular way of doing this. Annoyingly, you are not going to be able to do it in the fastest possible time now, because you need a lot of abilities that Roxas just doesn't have yet. Roxas is incredibly weak and rather unathletic. I mean, he's reasonably athletic, because I mean, look, he can slap posters on walls and sort of hold himself in the air at the same time. It's slightly crazy. But he is nowhere near what he's going, what characters are going to be like later on, when we have things like high jump and all of that jazz. Now, I believe that the way to get this, well, get the most amount of money from this, is get things under like a minute 10-ish. That seems to work. I think it's about that. I will show you kind of my fastest time, kind of at the end of this spree. And it's basically all a case of getting the right route through to be able to sort it. But this definitely is the best paying minigame of the lot. Well and truly. So you are going to want to do that one the most. Which does get incredibly tedious if you don't do that well, because you need to get up to 800 money, and that's pretty much what I went up to. I didn't go any higher. And to get the most AP out of Haina when you go and hand the money in, you need to get up to like 2,000. So you can imagine you'd be here for ages if you did that. And nobody got time for that. Like, blooming heck. Now, I believe that the bees only take 1 hit to kill, so that's a way of speeding that up. But... meh. And then we've got our final job before I do my slight string of poster duties. And this one is a bit of a challenge. Basically what you need to do, and I completely forgot this, is basically hit the pieces of junk, do a combo, and then it'll fly and destroy the other things in its path. The general goal is to do it in as few swings as possible, I should say, not strings. As few string of attacks as possible is about right, but yeah, I think you can do it in 6. I think you might be able to do it in less, actually, but it's been a long time and I really don't care for these mini games that much. I really don't. I do kind of like the song in it, which is called the Escapade, I believe. Yes, it's the Escapade. It's a fun little song. To be honest, I do like a lot of the songs on the Kingdom Hearts 2 soundtrack. And I do like the Kingdom Hearts music in general. However, as I will get into later on, when we start actually visiting Disney Worlds, I have developed an incredibly strong dislike for the way that Yoko Shimomura does the music for the series. And people have probably seen me rant quite extensively on Twitter about it. And I will get into that later. But I do like the soundtrack, it's just that something has begun to really irritate me. More so than it ever has before. Now, I believe that this is indeed my fastest time, I think. But yeah, I put out like at least 4 or 5 goes at this, just to earn more money, which was really depressing. So you can get like 100 money at a time. So... yeah, that is the best one for you to possibly go for. And as you can see, I have 850 money. And even though I could try and get more, I am not going to. It is not worth it. Not in the slightest. I'm going to be making extensive use of items, so getting like 2 extra AP is not gonna do me any good. So it's time for us to head to the station plaza and hopefully go to the beach, because that's going to be so fun. I mean, especially with the sun setting, if it's setting on the beach, that'll just be an absolutely beautiful view. And no, we've definitely earned enough. More money couldn't hurt, but I have a playthrough to be getting on with. I can't do this as a walkthrough, as I will explain after the tutorial is finished. Because that's when the game properly starts. And I'm still dreading the fact that I've got another 9-ish parts of this. You've proven to be somewhat dexterous. Well, screw you, game. I'm sorry that I don't have time to mess with your tedium. Huff.
Nice work, everyone. Added to what we started with, we now have... ta-da! 5,000 money!
Sweet!
Let's get tickets.
We can't be together forever, so we'd better make the time we do have something to remember. Huh? Gotcha!
Yeah, leaving the money with Roxas was a bad idea, I think. It's not going to end well for him.
Huh?
Huh? What?
Roxas! 3 minutes!
Okay.
Four students.
Roxas, the money. Wait. No.
Huh?
He took it.
Where are you going?
Remember when I fell? I had the money before that. I bet that guy took it.
Guy?
He couldn't have gotten too far.
What are you talking about? There was no guy.
Huh? But there wasn't? Really? Oh, boy. There wasn't anyone there?
It's melting.
Sorry.
Cheer up already.
That was definitely weird, though.
Strange.
You said it.
Can you feel Sora?
Can you feel Sora?
When the heck did that happen in the cutscene? Oh. Get some continuity, Kingdom Hearts. Good lord.
Is it really that hard to make a beach?
We'd be giving the enemy another entry point.
And this?
We can always buy some sea salt ice cream. Objects from that town must be kept out of the real world. You can delete that.
God, that guy's an asshole.
As
Bloody hell.
key-bearer, you must already know. One must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
So many places I want to see. I know I'll get there someday.
Thus, I do hereby dub the junior heroes.
Hey, what do you mean, junior heroes?
You rookies still don't understand what it takes to be a true hero.
I wish for your freedom, Genie.
Ow!
Sally, why didn't I listen to you?
Don't feel bad, Jack. We'll come up with another plan for Halloween. Next time, we'll do it together.
Power!
I have Mushu! Or are you too cool to play them now that you have the Keyblade?
Riku? What are you doing here? Did you find her? I still can't believe it. I really flew. Wait till I tell Kai. I wonder if she'll believe me. Probably not. I'm searching too.
For your light. Don't lose sight of it.
Sora, where are you going?
I'm gonna go look for my friends. They're waiting for me. Well, where are Donald and Goofy?
Instead of worrying about them, you should be asking about her.
You know, I really do like the look back at Sora's journey. It is pretty awesome. But it does feel a little bit pointless. Because we literally just get to see the entire game, and there is practically no reason for it other than to introduce people who have never played Kingdom Hearts before to the story of the original Kingdom Hearts, and that's about it. Oh well.
Who are you?